Greetings, this is Vanguard for Keeps with the Mantle of Valor. I want to direct this video to all the men out there who are struggling to be fathers, who in their hearts want to raise their sons and their daughters and are being met with opposition from the mother of their children as well as state agencies such as welfare, child support collection authorities. This message is intended to give men a sense of hope, a sense of dignity, and a sense of purpose when it comes to going about to achieve this restoration. Family, in the true sense of the word, has been obliterated. That's the real sense of family has been lost. And it has been lost because the system has turned the reins of authority in the home over to the female. With the woman in charge, she only thinks of herself, her career, and her options, and she neglects the needs of her man. Feminism has taught the woman to think that women are supposed to have everything, and so everything includes having the power and having the authority of a male. She believes that she can actually replace him when she has a job and education and is able to make provisions for her children. The whole theme of this feminist mindset is to convince women, and in this case, the black woman, that they don't need men. Perhaps the greatest of all delusions is the idea that women, when they declare their sense of autonomy or independence, one of the first things they state is that I can raise my children by myself. This in and of itself is perhaps the greatest of all evils imaginable, because those are not her kids exclusively. That's the delusion, because she has to convince herself that robbing a man of his legacy is her divine right, according to the feminist doctrine. She doesn't have any respect for men, and she minimizes manhood and particularly fatherhood by being able to make provisions for the children, particularly food. If she's able to provide food and shelter and clothing for her children, she essentially becomes convinced that she's not just a mother, but she's a father as well. Hence, the single parent begins to think that she's God. When you have a woman who believes that she's a queen, a diva, and a goddess, and she's raising children, she, for the most part, refuses to teach children humility, respect for authority, and honor and integrity, virtues that will save their life and will last a lifetime. Instead, she teaches them pride. And we know pride goes before a fall. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit goes before a fall. That's Proverbs 16, verse 18. We are in trouble, and the only one who can rescue the young men from the clutches of despotism are the older men. The older men are now given the assignment to save our sons. We have to reprogram our minds, the minds of our young men, and to stop thinking with their penises and to start thinking with their brains. To start thinking of women as sex objects, and learn how to seek the qualities of a wife, so that he will have a lifelong partner who will help him to establish a legacy, which is an inheritance for his children and his children's children, as opposed to a booty call
in this
and
hookup
a
culture
baby mama
where
who will take
much of our society, they think that they can just go on one night stands and
this is
just
the message. Vanguard for Keeps.
Consequence-free relationships,
Peace.
sexual
When she gets
relationships.
mad, she calls the police on me for no reason. true throughout our life, but with our ego as men, we will insist that we are. I always insist I am because I check with her before I make the statement and get recertified by her. Thus, she is the goddess. She controls everything I do, and I constantly go to her to back check and find out if she is still saying, I am the Father. That's the only time I said, I am the Father.
Seems like the love